Hi there, guys. I wasn't ready. Um, but you guys, I want to, well, first of all, happy MLK Day. Happy MLK Day. We got to keep the dream alive. We have to remember his, we have to remember his words. We have to remember his legacy. We have to remember, the reason why he did everything that he did. Now, with that said, I want to talk to you guys about Um, I want to talk about what I believe, strictly my opinion, happened during the blackout. I want to talk about what the blackout was about and just kind of that whole thing as we move forward. Um, Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, this America, this time that we're in, those that are in charge, the big folk, um, they like to do a lot of sleight of hands. If you just really look at everything, not just recently, but I just mean everything in general, the way things go in America. Um, it's always some type of sleight of hand. It's always some type of, oh, look over here at that while we do something else. It's always been that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the fact that they said that TikTok was going down at 12 a.m. or whatever, and they went and did a whole something else. For us in my time zone, it was about 8:30. My daughter had a complete meltdown. My daughter was literally going crazy. Matter of fact, I think she cried a little bit, but she's 19. So, uh, it's everything to her. It was everything to a lot of people. But anyway, we know it's back and everything. But, you know, there's always some type of, I mean, that's literally almost what our media does. It gets you distracted onto one thing while something else is going on. And usually that something else is usually the bigger thing. Now, you know, we already saw the post from Elon Musk. It wasn't his post, but it was a comment that he made about how we Americans just aren't really smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give us the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna say a lot of us have not been for a very long time aware. I think we have just kind of let a lot of stuff go on with our elected officials and people that we are electing that um, we kind of just elect them and then sit back and trust them. That's what we've been doing. And I think this election, the whole election process, the way everything has happened and everything, should, and I pray, is going to force us to pay more attention. The right, in my opinion, has completely killed the word woke. They have completely, as they always do, take a word or take a phrase or take a meaning of something and completely botch it up, completely um, make it something that it's not. They do what the right do, which is they bring it into their insanity and they make it insane, not at all what it was. Back when woke was a thing, or when woke was something different, in my opinion, and you guys can tell me, what you think of it, but it was a word of consciousness. It was a word of awareness. It was a word kind of more like a new age thing, being woke, you know. kind of like coming out of the matrix, becoming aware, becoming woke, because so many people, as are still today, were asleep. And you need to wake up and see the reality of what is actually going on. That was woke to me. Um, in my opinion, that's still what woke means, an understanding, a consciousness of what is actually really going on. They've made woke horrible. They really have. I don't subscribe to that. I continue to believe woke is what I knew it to be. You know what I'm saying? So, but because the word has been so corrupted, I won't use or say woke anymore. I will say stay aware. Be aware of what's going on. Now, getting to this TikTok darkening. What happened, what I think happened during this dark out period. Um, I truly believe between Trump, Musk, Zuckerberg, and Chow, who is the CEO of TikTok and everything. I truly believe that they literally had a business meeting. I really do. I think they literally had a business meeting for that time frame. I am also really beginning to believe that it was planned. They all came together at the big round table. I think documents were signed. I think contracts were renewed, and I think a merger happened. They're not going to really literally be straight with us and tell us between who and whatever. There's a lot of speculation that, Zuckerberg, Meta, or whatever, and, Chow and all, it all became some type of a merger, probably with Musk in there somewhere. But I know that many of them know that if we believe that Musk or even Meta or whatever, um, has gained a part of TikTok, that many of us are going to be mad, not come back, not frequent the app or whatever, and so I don't believe they're going to tell us right off. I think that even though that is the case, I don't know specifically who and what and whatever, but I think parts of TikTok was sold off. I really do. Um, I think Trump gained I believe it was probably in the form of stocks. I think now, because first of all, y'all listen. Now, we know Trump is a businessman. This is what I made in one of my first videos talking about Trump. We're looking at Trump to be a president when Trump is a businessman first and foremost. Chow is a businessman. Elon Musk is a businessman. Zuckerberg these are businessmen. And I think we forget about that. Like, I don't think Trump is here to be, the president or whatever. I think Trump is looking at being the president of America just like being the president of a huge corporation, which America is anyway. We know that. And so I don't, I mean, I'm not taking up for him, but I don't feel any kind of way about him doing things and moving as a businessman. I think one of the things, again, that we are going to make a mistake with is looking at him to be a president and be a president for the people. That's why people are looking at lower grocery prices and, bring the gas prices down and bring the food. Those are things that's going to help the American people. Trump ain't here for the American people. Trump is here to make money for his pocket. Um, anyway, so keeping that in mind, we got to look at the fact that this man is a businessman. And this is why I truly believe that this was a business merger, this was a business deal. I think that the time that TikTok was down, I think that that was them all coming to the round table and putting that deal together. That is absolutely what I believe. I also believe, like I said, that I think that this was a planned thing. Not I'm not trying to say nothing bad about Child, but again, he is a businessman, and I think this was a planned, orchestrated situation with all of them. And I think it has to do with money. I think it has to do probably with all of them getting a little bit um, of um, of TikTok. I really do. Um, I think now. I don't know who has all gone back. My account is still there. I've peeked in there and gotten off because, like a lot of people are saying, it feels funny. It really does. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different. It's a different vibe now. I've heard people saying that some of the different posts that they have made and would have made anytime on TikTok are now being censored. Those posts now are getting banned, and you can't post that type of stuff over there anymore. And so, like I say, I haven't been over there long enough to actually see, but I know it just feels funny to me. um People are looking at this as probably a lot more MAGA and so forth are going to be over there. Not that they weren't already, but they're going to have a lot more freedom. So I think a lot of uh people who were posting more anti-Trump things or anti-Elon Musk thing, I think there's going to be a lot more censorship over there. I really do. I think a lot of the deal that was made with Trump, which everyone was thanking Trump on their whole, I mean, like I don't see how we can't see that this was a straight setup and for everybody now to thank Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's a very narcissistic move. We're all getting narcissistically abused. So we better start looking into that and realize and know the signs of narcissistic abuse because it's going to be happening for 4 years. Um, but I mean, it's a major red flag. I'm not going to thank Trump for shit because first of all, he's the one that took it away. It's almost like we're children under the parent who has done a major and horrible injustice to us, took something from us that they should not have taken from us, and then give it back and want us to be happy and thankful for it. Like, really? Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not thanking him. Y'all can thank him if you want to. I'm not going to thank him for that, because, as I said, I think it's different. I think that I think even something has been done with the TikTok app in that, like I said, I think there's going to be more monitoring. I think it's going to be more right friendly. I think it's going to be a lot more Trump friendly. I really do. Um, I don't know if things were put like in the algorithms or whatever, but I think the whole thing was messed with. I really do. I don't believe that it is the same TikTok. Um, especially with Child going and being, um, a part of the inauguration and all that. All he did was just show us that now he's on the team. That's all you did. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I guess where money is involved, who can blame him? Because again, like I say, these are all businessmen that we're talking about. We are now, not only are we fighting for our democracy now, we are fighting, you know, tech this whole tech um this whole tech thing. Like we're fighting that too now. They're chasing us and trying to control us uh through social media is what they're trying to do because they see that this is where our voice is. And so they're there to monitor us, to try to put guidelines and stipulations and things on us, and try to control us that way. But here's what I say as I close. Here's what I say as I close. I'm going to tell you to stay aware. I'm going to tell you to stay alert. I'm going to tell you to keep your eyes open. I'm not telling you to, just start, watching everything Trump does and all that, because believe me, it can be very sickening. But I'm going to tell you to stay aware enough to know what is going on. Um, we're going to have to fight with our voices. We're going to have to fight with our votes. In another couple of years, 28, we're going to have some really big elections that are going to be, that is really going to make a difference. And I suggest you know what you're voting for. I suggest you know who you're voting for. I suggest we start looking back at some of the track record of our elected officials. In particular, I don't like what a lot of our judges are doing. I don't like the fact that people are getting arrested and can get arrested and, serve 2 or 3 years for murder and things like that. Like it's some horrible things that is going on in our justice system. So don't continue to worry about TikTok and worry about this and worry about, we got to keep our eyes on a bigger picture. There's a lot bigger things that are going on than I think what many of us are used to paying attention to. And I'm going to put myself out there because again, like I've said, I wasn't really all that political. Like I wasn't paying attention to that stuff. Like whatever happened, y'all gonna do whatever y'all want to anyway, and that type thing. And even though I still believe that that is the case, I think there's problems with Democrats and Republicans. I mean, at the end of the day, I just really do. I don't believe that straight Democrat is absolutely the way. I don't absolutely don't believe straight Republican and this MAGA crap is the way. I really don't. I think we lie somewhere in between, and we're going to have to start making decisions on what we think is not only best for America, but it is best for us personally, for our family, for those that will be affected by those decisions. We have to it's kind of like when they say you got to drive, for everybody, drive for yourself, and you got to drive for the next guy. I think that has to do a lot with our elections too. We got to make our elections count because it doesn't just affect us. And I think that's really a problem with what happened in this current election. I think a lot of people voted for their own selfish interest. I really do. Um, I think when it comes to democracy and our rights and the way that we really truly want to live, I don't think we can vote selfishly. I really don't. I think we got to vote looking at the big picture and looking a little bit down the road. You know what I'm saying? We can't vote selfishly. I think that's what got, a lot of us into this mess. But at the same time, I didn't vote for him, so hey, it ain't my fault. But, you got a lot of people right now who are, running scared. Got a lot of stuff going on right now. We're gonna have to take our eyes off of TikTok and off of social media right now. What's done is done. But, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I truly believe was happening in the back room of I think there was a big board meeting. But with that said, there's still a lot of stuff going on. There's going to be a lot of sleight of hands going on. There's going to be a lot of talk that is going to be going on while other stuff is going on behind the scenes, which is why I say we gotta stay aware. I'm not telling you to get super political right now these next 4 years, but at least stay aware. That's all I'm saying. At least stay aware. These elections that are going to really make a difference, vote. Vote. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's really all I can tell you guys. I'd love for you guys to comment a little bit more. Let me know, are you going back full time to TikTok? And you know what? I want to say this too. You know, I wasn't on TikTok as one who was necessarily an influencer, so I didn't have money in the game or whatever, Um, so I can't blame other people who got back on TikTok because their livelihood was on TikTok. Like that is what they did. That's how they made money. I'm not finna blame them for that. I'm not even telling nobody not to go back. I'm saying for me, um the vibe just don't feel right right now. I'm not on Facebook really like that. um the only things that I'm really kind of getting on, and I know it's Meta also, is Instagram. I kind of get on Instagram a little bit more, or not necessarily more, but I'm about the same. I'm on Instagram and the new Red Note app. I mean, because it's just so, for me, there's just so much over there that is interesting. You know what I'm saying? The whole culture, making new Chinese friends, finding a lot of new American friends that I am newly discovering, food, just watching the culture, watching, a lot of people are over there doing makeup, like they're doing the same stuff they were doing on TikTok. So, and I feel personally more comfortable uh being there. I think a lot of things are going to be changing within these next 4 years. So, like I'm telling you guys, keep your eyes open. Stay aware of what is going on. And if I can say, the biggest thing that I really think is going to come out of these next 4 years, if I can say again anything good about this administration or whatever, I truly believe that it is going to be something. I think people are paying more attention now. I really do. I think um electing him and everything is causing people to be a little bit more aware. I would suggest that you even start looking more into the Constitution, start looking more into these laws, start looking into the legislative branches and all these type things, because again, I'm not ashamed to say it. I didn't know a whole lot about this stuff. I really didn't. So it's causing me to look, it's causing me to search, it's causing me to look at things that I really had never looked at before. I think a lot of us, Republicans and Democrats, are guilty of, again, electing people, or just following people, or just saying, oh, I'm a Republican, oh, I'm a Democrat, and then just falling back and just letting whatever happen. We can't afford to do that. I think we really have to be more consciously aware of who these people are. And I, for one, I'm learning a lot. I'm going on a whole new journey for myself, and I'm learning a lot more about the election process. I'm learning a lot more about the Constitution. I'm learning, there are books that you guys can get. What I'm saying? I am a reader. I love to kind of pride myself a little bit on being a bit of a teacher. And so there's a lot, one thing about a teacher, we don't know everything. Teachers don't know everything. And so one of the great joys of my life is learning. And so, I don't mind saying that I got to get books about the Constitution. I'm not ashamed to say that I need to get books about the legislative branches of government and everything, so you're never too old to learn. You're never too young to learn. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, these next 4 years may inspire many more of our youth, many more of our young people to get into politics. Because again, you know, I really think a lot of these congressmen, a lot of these senators, a lot of these people who are in government are too freaking old. I really do. I think we need young, new, fresher perspectives out there. Um, this young man from Florida, the youngest, I think he's like the youngest little guy in Congress or something like that. This little young black guy, I think he's like 20 something years old, 22 or whatever years old. I have followed him on Instagram. I am so completely proud of him. He is one that stood up in particular um, behind oh my freaking God, what is her name? Oh my God, the one that they keep trying to come against, the young lady from Texas. She's a Texas um representative, and y'all know who she is. I'm so sorry, y'all, that this menopause be having me with the brain frog. But he stood up for her. He is out of Texas. He is out of Florida. She is out of Texas. When that white female congressman, something Macy or something like that, told her, let's go outside. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, I am following him on Instagram. I am beginning to follow a lot of our black leaders, Jeffries and things like that. And I'm looking into them. I'm looking into their track record. I'm also looking at the Republican side. I'm also looking, like today I was looking up JD Vance and what he stands for and everything, because there is a lot of speculation that, I don't know, Trump may not finish out these whole 4 years, either health or some type of, I don't know, but it's maybe it's conspiracy. But I have begun to look at JD Vance and what he stands for. You know what I'm saying? So I would suggest that you guys go and do that. Follow and find those news outlets that you trust. Sometimes it is on TikTok. Sometimes it is on, some of these independent platforms. Um, I don't know if I will get it from TikTok anymore, because, I just feel like, TikTok has literally been ruined now. I really do. I think a lot of things are going to come out. I think a lot of freedom of speech that was once on there is going to start being suppressed. I just don't see it as the same. But if you have some favorite content creators that you were following and you trust, and you know what they talk about, their platforms, follow them. Follow them if you trust them, because we got to trust somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but you guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Please leave me a comment. Are you going back to TikTok? What do you think? What do you think we're looking at these next 4 years? Um, you guys, thank you so much for subscribing. Those who have subscribed, please. I'm trying to grow. I really am trying to go, and your like, your subscription will help me to grow. And I really, really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Until the next video. See you next time.